Welcome class 11. This is We Are Not Afraid to Die by Gordon Cook. You will see this picture of a sailboat, sailing boat, that is also the wave walker, very similar to the wave walker. It has the different parts. The front part is stern together with rudder. Under this we have a keel. It is run on the line of the water, means that this is called the line of water on which this ship will run. The keel, the tiller, boom, this corner side, clew, these two red points are called clew, topping left, this is topping left, and backstay, means these all point will rope and other attachments will get with the main mast. Then the leech, these two pole type things, head of the sail, this is the top, and mast, this is mast. So you would have seen the sail, head of the sail, and forestay sail. So here it is a mast, it is also called the main mast. This pole in the center, and then these two red points are luff. This one is forestay. This red one means to this side it is forestay, and to this side it is shroud. And as to this side we have two two clues of red side. To this side we have two blue point track, and then pulpit at the tail of the ship, and this is called bow. So this was the part of a ship, and to understand that story, We Are Not Afraid to Die, it is very important to you all to understand these different parts so that you could understand. And here we have hull as well. This hull, wooden hull, the wave walker has a beauty of 30-ton wooden hull. So this part is called hull. And then here we have also the deck. Deck is this portion, means where these two club and track, under these we have a deck. So these are there is a steering wheel somewhere in the clue where we drive the ship on the deck. So there are different parts of the ship. We will come across the story We Are Not Afraid to Die. That's all for now. We are going to start a new story today, that is We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together, a story by Gordon Cook and Alan East. In the course, the writer has written down, or he has narrated, the story of his own, in which he is going to complete a round the world tour with his family and having the minimum life support with him. So we'll find out what hardships, what are the difficulties faced by the narrator, and in the meantime we will also understand these terms: honing our seafaring skills, pinpricks in the vast ocean, ominous silence, a tousled head, mayday calls. So these are the terms we will come across during the story, and there we will learn these phrases. You can note down these ones, and when they will come in the context, we will learn them. So in July 1976, my wife Mary, son Jonathan 6, daughter Susan, and I set sail from Plymouth, England, to duplicate the round the world voyage made 200 years earlier by the Captain James Cook. For the longest time, Mary and I, a 37-year-old businessman, had dreamt of sailing in the wake of the famous explorer, and for the past 16 years we had spent all our leisure time honing our seafaring skills in British waters. So the writer or the narrator introducing that it was the year 1976, and in the month of July The wife of the narrator, Mary, his son Jonathan, 6-year-old, his daughter Suzanne, 7, and he himself. They planned to duplicate round the world, duplicate round the world voyage, means a journey round the world. A voyage is a journey made through the sea. The meaning of the voyage is a journey made through the sea. So 200 years earlier, Captain James Cook has done the similar sort of things. He has completed round the world tour. So the narrator planned to do the same with his wife, son and daughter, and you can see the children are too young to do such thing. So for the longest time, Mary and I, so he introducing himself, a 37-year-old the businessman had dreamed of sailing in the wake of famous explorer. In the wake of means in the fashion of famous explorer. Explorer means who explores, who goes here and there in search of. So is referring this term for James Cook. Captain James Cook के लिए कह रहा है the famous explorer. उसी की तरह मैं और my wife, we both were dreaming to do the same for past 16 years. We had spent all our leisure time honing our seafaring skills. So we have spent means they, both husband and wife, had spent all their leisure time. Leisure time means the free time, the time which is used for your entertainment, pleasure and other things, means away from when you are away from your work. That is the leisure time. Honing means sharpening, getting skillful, or skills. Seafaring skills means surfing in the sea, going seafaring skills, the skills needed to cope with the storms, to cope with the sea, to deal with the sea in the British waters. British waters means, as you know, the writer is the Britishers, so he was honing his skills, he was sharpening his skills, he was enhancing his skills in the seawater of Britain. So our boat, Wave Walker, at 23 meter, our boat, the name of the boat of the writer is Wave Walker. It is at 23 meter, 30-ton wooden hulled beauty, had been professionally built, and we had spent months fitting it out and testing it in the roughest weather we could find. So the Wave Walker was the boat. They have built this particular boat to accomplish their objective, their destination, and the destination was to complete a round the world voyage. पूरे दुनिया का एक चक्कर उस बोट से लगाना था अपनी फैमिली के साथ. उसके लिए उन्होंने बोट रेडी की, and name of the boat was Wave Walker. The size of the Wave Walker was 23 meter, weight is 30 ton, made of wood, a wooden hulled beauty, wooden structured beauty, had been professionally built, was built professionally. Professionally means when you do something that can deal with all situation, it is called professionally built. And we had spent months fitting it out, and we have been fitting it, it's giving it a proper shape and trying and again testing and trying, testing and trying for months in the roughest weather they could find, means in the bad weather, the worst weather they could find in the British water. They went to the sea and tried their Wave Walker. The first leg of our planned 3-year 105,000 kilometer journey passed pleasantly as we sailed down the west coast of Africa to Cape Town. First leg means the first part of their planned 3-year, means they had planned the journey round the world for to accomplish in 3 years. 3 साल की journey थी. First leg उसका था, they had to complete 105,000 kilometer, means 105,000 kilometer in our Hindi terms. In English, 105,000 kilometer journey passed pleasantly as we sailed down the west coast of Africa to Cape Town. वेस्ट कोस्ट अफ्रीका के केप टाउन तक जब हमने सेलिंग की in that boat, it was pleasant without any difficulty. We reached there. Means they have started the voyage. अपनी सी की जो उनकी जर्नी थी वो स्टार्ट कर दी है. There before heading east, we took on two crewmen, American Larry Wiesel and Swiss Herb Segler, to help us tackle one of the world's roughest sea, the Southern Indian Ocean. So after reaching to Cape Town, then they took two crewmen. Crewmen means assistant in a sea or in an Airbus, or we can say the aeroplane. There are crewmen. Crew means a group of people who assigned a particular task to help the pilot. So अपने पायलट के लिए दो crewmen को उन्होंने क्या कर लिया, हायर कर लिया. American Larry Wiesel, one was Larry Wiesel, he was an American, and Herb Segler was a Swiss of Switzerland, to help us tackle one of the world's roughest sea. So they too were given the job that they will have to help the family in the roughest weather of Southern Indian Ocean. जो Southern Indian Ocean है towards Australia, उसमें help करनी थी किसने, इन दो crewmen ने. On our second day out of Cape Town, we began to encounter strong winds. Gales means winds. So on the very second day, when we have left the Cape Town, first day was pleasant. On the second day, the strong gale winds started to blow. For the next few weeks, they blew continuously. So they continued, means the strong gale, the strong wind continued for next few days. Gales did not worry me, means I was not afraid of gales, means the strong wind were not the matter of my concern, the matter of my worry, but the size of the waves was alarming. Not the wind, but the waves of the sea, samudra ki लहरें थी. The size of those waves was alarming, was very putting me on the alert. Up to 115 meter as high as our main mast. Main mast means the mast is on the ship. You can see that a cloth on a mast means the pole, the highest pole. So it was even higher than the ship, even higher than the boat they have built for the journey. So if any of the wave hit the wave walker, there were chances that the wave walker may break into pieces. So it was alarming to him. December 25th found us 3,500 kilometers east of Cape Town. Despite atrocious weather, we had a wonderful holiday, complete with a Christmas tree. New Year's Day saw no improvement in the weather, but we reasoned that it had to change soon, and it did change for the worse. So the December 25th found us. So when it was December 25th, means the Christmas, we were 3,500 kilometers east of the Cape Town. We have traveled a distance of 3,500 in the sea. Despite atrocious means unfavorable, something that doesn't favor you, unlucky to you, atrocious. Despite means in spite of, एक unfavorable weather होने के बावजूद, we had a wonderful holiday complete with a Christmas tree. So on 25th we had a holiday and we celebrated the Christmas in the boat with a Christmas tree. New Year's Day saw no improvement in the weather. Then New Year came, means 1st January came. Till then the weather was same, there was no improvement, but we reasoned that it had to change soon. but we reasoned, means we were finding out the causes, the reason that the weather will get soon very immediately, and it did change for the worse. And then it changed, means the weather changed, but not for the good but for the worse. और खराब weather हो गया, change तो आया weather में, but for the even worse situation. At dawn on January 2, the waves were gigantic. We were sailing with only a small storm jib and were still making 8 knots. As the ship rose to the top of each wave, we could see endless, enormous sea rolling towards us, and the screaming of the wind and spray was painful to the ears. To slow the boat down, we dropped the storm jib and lashed a heavy mooring jib rope in a loop across the stern. Then we doubled, lashing everything, went through a life raft drill, attached lifelines, donned oilskins and life jackets, and waited. At dawn on January 2, then it was a dawn. Dawn means morning. Morning of January 2, the waves were gigantic. Gigantic means enormous, very large, very huge in size. We were sailing with only a small storm jib. The size of, means you can change the size of your vessel, your ship. You can enlarge the size according to the need, according to the weather in the sea. You have to change the shape and size of your means you can say the ship or the boat. उस boat में कभी ऊपर mast कर देना, कभी उसको नीचे करना. Then different shape and size they make so that the wind and the waves could help sailing. Sail तो जानते हैं ना, sailing means to sailing या voyage is the same, to make a journey through the sea. We were sailing with only a small storm jib, means the size of the boat wave walker was like a storm jib के जैसे थी, छोटी jib नाव के जैसे, lower mast, lower and of this, and were still the making 8 knots, means the knots, the higher number of knots means bigger size of your main mast and other canvas and other things. So we were sailing with only 8 knots. As the ship rose to the top of each wave, we could see endless, enormous seas rolling towards us. And whenever our ship rose means past form of rise, go up, went up here. As the ship went up to the top of each wave, एक wave आती और वो हमारे ship को ऊपर ले जाती. And from there, on the top of that wave, we could see endless, enormous seas rolling towards us. So we could see that endless and enormous means very big sea. Rolling means coming, rolling towards us. Rolling means in a roll-up form, the waves were heading towards our ship, and the screaming of the wind and the spray was painful to the ears. And then the screaming of the wind, screaming of the wind means the cry of the wind, when the wind blew with the water, and then you can hear the sound. It is called screaming of the wind. And the spray means spray of the shower, spray of the water droplets was painful to the ears. To slow the boat down, we dropped the storm jib and lashed a heavy mooring rope in a loop across the stern. To give a slow motion to the boat, to slow down the movement of the ship, we dropped the storm jib. Storm jib जो हमने प्रोटेक्शन के लिए storm jib का एक शेप अपने वेसल को दिया था, and lashed उसको ड्रॉप कर दिया, and lashed a heavy mooring rope in the loop across the stern. और जो stern means uppermost part. In the beginning, in the picture you would have seen when you saw the parts of a ship, stern means uppermost or the means frontmost pointed part of a ship is called stern. उस stern को rope से loop बना के across the mooring heavy mooring rope, उस heavy rope को loop बना करके stern को double lash कर दिया, means tied up very tightly the stern. Then we double lace everything, फिर सभी कुछ को double lace कर दिया, tied up, double everything. Went through our life raft drill, and we started doing our life raft drill, means a life saving drill when your life is in danger. So you have to do certain exercise, and it is taught when you do such adventurous thing. So they started doing their life raft drill, life saving exercises. Attached lifelines, हमने आपस में और शिप के साथ अपने को लाइफलाइन से अटैच कर दिया, मीन्स अपने वेस्ट में एक रोप बांध के फिर नेक्स्ट को उसको अटैच करके लाइफलाइन बनाई. Don't oil skin, we put oil skin. Don't oil skin means we put oil skin on our skin, that in case we fell in the sea, so the salty water of sea will not hurt our skin. And the life jackets, और हमने क्या पहन ली, a life jacket, and life jacket helps to stay on the surface of water, वो तुम्हें नीचे डूबने नहीं देती. And we waited for the further action. So this was what happened on the first when the first disaster broke out on the ship, and it was their preparation. What will happen next, we will see it next time. Till then, you study it, write all the events that was faced by the writer in your own words. That's all for now. Thanks.